up, my guys? We are back. This is Juice with the Juice Box Podcast here with episode 167. This is your first time here. First, make sure to like, subscribe everywhere. Hammer the button. If you are a recurring listener, probably from Sweden, we greatly appreciate you. As you can see, it's just two of us here. Some people couldn't take the heat after the embarrassing L that we took last night.
Whoa.
Sith, what's up, dude?
Hey, man. We got pretty railed last night.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain this. We actually did something that we rarely do here. We followed through with something that we were talking about on the podcast. The boys hit trivia, and like we told you, we were going to come back as champs. Now, we're going to use that loosely because we're the champs of coming in last. So we're still champs, but we came in directly last place.
I mean, we are still the best at something.
Yeah.
That's what matters. That's what counts. If you look at the record, that's what it shows.
Amen. And there were definitely some questions where I truly am wondering how anybody would know the answers to.
Well, it definitely helps when people pay attention in class.
True.
They're good at Googling on their phone.
True.
And they don't fry their brains throughout college. So
it's a great point, especially when somebody asked a question and one person yelled, "Can you spell that?"
Yeah. It was like, what was the capital? No. Where is this city a capital of in the world? It was like Igali or something like that.
Something crazy.
I'm like, okay, just because you know how to spell it, you're going to know, oh, that's this country.
Yeah. She was like, "Can you spell that?" And you could tell he hesitated and was like, yeah, I guess. But I think all in all, the best highlight from the night was
Science.
Was the person that got pissed about the Disney thing.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. I wasn't the highlight of my night. The highlight of the night was when they're calling out the points or the answer, and you're just like, "Fuck."
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, that was a. Is it impulse? Is that the right word? Like something that you do. That was an impulse where. Yeah, it was after half or right before the right before the final question, and he was reading out everything, and he was just like, "Greg's born 14th," and me, I just yelled "fuck" so loud, didn't even mean to. So I apologize for anybody that I made offended with my language, but it is what it is, man.
Hey, all in all, a great night. I think I'd rather set the bar low because it's only uphill from here.
That's facts.
Or downhill from here? It's downhill from here.
Yeah, I mean, it's always downhill. I mean, listen, the further down we are, the more up we can advance.
Okay.
So, I mean, we may be down, but the boys be up, if
yes,
you
sir.
know what I'm saying, dog.
Yes, sir.
Fucking little 6 to midnight action, dude.
Hey.
Speaking of the clock, though, very randomly, it's staying light out longer. I don't know if you've noticed that.
We are getting close to daylight savings.
Yes. And it's almost 6, and it's still light out, which is
very surprising.
Very surprising. I think I'm, if I'm not mistaken, I think this might be the last time that we changed the clocks. I feel like after this time, it's over. Which I don't know if that's true.
I don't know because I don't know. I don't keep track. I thought we got rid of daylight savings, but some places will still implement it.
Yeah. I feel like as a country we're gonna stop doing it. It is kind of wild. It is kind of crazy. But back to trivia. Basically, to go to the Disneyland question, it was which country has a replicated Disneyland within their country?
Well, they gave us
right.
Yeah, it was what, London? It was which city?
That's right.
So London,
Hong Kong,
Seoul.
What was the last one? Something that would have never had Disney.
Yes, something that would never have it.
And there is one in Seoul, but it's not. It's like Everland.
It's like their version of a Disneyland, but it's not the same thing. And this lady, she was pretty livid.
She was pretty livid.
She's like, on my phone, this is what it says.
And he's just like, oh, you have to go with what the office tells me. I'll let the office know. I will alert the office. And then all you had to do was Google. It said that it was called Everland, and then there's one in Hong Kong.
But to be fair, we didn't mention this. There was an extra prize that night for free donuts from the donut place.
So nuts for donuts. Shout out the truck. Shout out the crew. Dude, their van that they whip around is tight.
Legit. We were like, is that a party bus?
Yeah, they have like sick neon lights on it, and that basically it's cool. It's like they made a food truck. It's like they gutted one of those cargo vans and made it how they wanted. Which kind of resonates with me, especially right now, since all my Instagram feed is just van life stuff.
Van life. I mean, JT went through a big van life thing.
Yeah. Yeah. What are those damn things called that he wanted to get?
Sprinter van?
No, they're the big gray looking Air something.
Oh, Airstream.
Airstream, yeah. He went through a massive Airstream phase. He actually almost bought an Airstream just to park behind my house and live in.
Remember that.
Which would have been hysterical, actually. But yeah, we're getting ready. We'll be able to link with him this weekend. The boys are heading south, dude.
The boys are heading south. And like speaking of 6 to midnight, I've been at midnight all week.
All week. Bricked up, dude.
Bricked up.
Fucking bricked. Yeah, we're heading, what's it called? The Queen City? Is that what they call it?
Queen City.
We're heading to the Queen City. Big weekend for you, truthfully. I don't think this is something that we've really talked about in depth. I know we've mentioned times that, you're streaming, you're gaming, but like truly in all seriousness, this is like an actual big thing for you.
I mean, yes, this is the first Halo tournament of the year. I have been grinding I mean, you've seen me grind the past like 3 weeks or so.
Facts.
It's been kind of crazy. I don't know. It's some exciting stuff, a lot of storylines. I might see the love of my life. Well, I probably will. Outside of Halo.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped for you, dude. It'll be great. You have been. I'll give you all the credit in the world. I've seen it. You've been putting the time in. You're playing a lot. You're doing what you need to do. And as I always say with this podcast, and I've always said with episodes, videos, all it takes is one right person to see it, and your life can change. So there could be somebody there watching you. They could see clips. They could be like, oh, man, this would be good. This would be good for the organization to have a non-white person in it. So we're going to put Sith on our team.
I am down to be a diversity hire.
Yeah, diversity hire. That's the word I was looking for. No, I'm just playing. But but really, though. Yeah. So I'm pumped, dude.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, we haven't really talked about this either, but it's like this might be the last episode I'm on for a while now.
Yeah, and actually, the great transition. I was going to switch into that. It's actually pretty wild to think that the time we've spent here has flown, like truly.
Yes.
I think the first day you got here was
like the
8th, January 8th. That Sunday, and then I started January 9th. And yeah, man, it'll be weird, truthfully. Like, not even being weird and funny about it. It'll be different. Like going from, not having a roommate all the time to then having you around and, us having fun and just bullshitting until the wee hours of the night, gaming, screaming across the house. Yeah. Like, so I don't know. I'm hoping in the future we can run it back. But I mean, I know life's crazy. You may never come back to this country after your trip here in a few weeks.
I mean, yeah, that's also very true. There's a good chance that I don't come back from Europe because we've all seen the movie Taken. And I'm objectively a pretty good-looking guy.
So we'll just talk about it on here. Where all are you going? Like, how's this trip laid out? Very, very interesting for me because I've never had like a trip, even like in the States, planned like what you're doing. So how is this process?
So I honestly, I'm going with a group of friends from college. 3 other people. Shout out to the boys. They're pretty much planning everything because they'll just like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, fuck it, I'll do whatever. But we're gonna go to Amsterdam first. That's the first stop. First stop in Amsterdam. Be there for like 3 days. Party, explore, meet wifey. I don't know, whatever. Then after that, we go to Prague. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I say Prague, but I've heard people say Prague too, so I don't know.
I'm gonna say Prague.
Prague.
Woohoo! But we go there for 3 days. That should be very, very fun because it's supposed to be a beautiful city. They're like very affordable. Like,
okay,
when I say affordable, like pretty cheap to like live.
Yeah.
After that, we're gonna be in Dublin.
Ooh.
Dublin. I think we're doing like a Jameson tour, which should be pretty fucking sick.
Are you from Ireland? Because my dick be Dublin. Got him.
I am part Irish, if people didn't know. Actually,
white.
Okay, yeah, I'm white. But Dublin for a few days. We'll actually be there for St. Paddy's Day. I'm pretty fucking pumped for that.
Lit.
I know we talked about this. I don't think I'm allowed to ask for an Irish car bomb while I'm in Dublin.
Wait, so is that not like an Irish thing?
Yeah,
that's like an American thing.
They get pissed if you ask them for an Irish car bomb.
Whoa,
that's what I've read. I don't know if that's true. I'm not gonna test it out.
Well, I mean, everything on the internet's true, so
yeah.
So I mean,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. After that, we're taking a trip to Madrid, linking up.
That's cool.
Cool. I think we have some friends from W that live in Madrid now, so we're gonna link up with them, and then I don't know, have a flex country, and then back to Amsterdam for like a day or two.
And this is all over what, a 3-week span?
3-week span.
Damn. That'll be cool. I mean, I hand up. I've always been the guy, and I kind of feel this way where I don't know. I mean, I'm not against leaving the country anymore, but like I don't have any plans to leave the country at this moment, if that makes sense. But I know that those kind of trips like are really good to, just see what else is out there and to just see how other people live compared to us.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what I think is crazy though is like when people from Europe try to come visit the United States, it's like it's so big. The United States is fucking huge. But like Europe, you can do people go backpacking. Like it's hard to do that in the US because like the countries are so much closer. Like Texas is like 2-3 countries.
Yeah, that is. I know we were talking about that is like it's on. Obviously, you see it on a map, but you don't understand it until you make comparisons like those. Fuck, dude, that'll be so fun, man.
Yeah, I've never really been outside of the country besides Canada. Shout out to Justin Bieber, Steve Nash,
Drake,
Drizzy, Francesca,
Ryan Reynolds, Seth Rogen.
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
A couple other
Nelk Boys,
dope Canucks,
the Canucks. The Oilers.
Well, actually, I don't know. Do I really want to give a shout out to Francesca? Just thought. But...
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I'm happy you brought up Francesca, dude. So for any of you that have listened for a long time, you probably know by now I'm a massive reality TV guy. I live by it. I bleed by it. It gives me emotions. It gives me life. Yeah, you can say whatever setup, fix. Great, dude. It's still good TV. It's still good to watch. New show just dropped called Perfect Match. It has all the singles from Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle, The Circle, Mole, all those Netflix shows. And there is a very, I guess, internet famous girl named Francesca. And she's very beautiful. But she's a shitster, to say the least.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I don't, because we don't have a massive woman audience as it is.
Hey, you never know. The Sweden audience.
That's true. It could be all Swedish chicks.
Hey, maybe I'll come visit you guys.
Dude, how sick would it be if it was just all Swedish chicks, dude?
Oh my! Not that we care.
Not that we care.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, not that we care at all. I mean, we hope you're whoever you want to be. But if you were our chicks, that's pretty cool. But I feel like, unfortunately, that kind of manipulation that we watched on TV is a regular thing that I've lived through, and I'm sure you've lived through as well.
As in people creating situations to then spin zone it and turn around and act like it was they're the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's just.
What are your thoughts on rape? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, it's one letter away from grape.
True.
And it's bad.
It's bad.
It's very bad. Grapes are good. Rape bad.
Oh, this episode's going off the rails.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Too soon. Too soon. Can't be talking about rails unless we're getting railed.
Yeah. Damn. I had to fit that in.
I know you did.
But yeah, so I don't know. Everybody should watch it. Perfect match. It's been a good watch.
No, so I don't normally watch reality TV at all. Most reality TV I watch is like cooking competitions, which I love.
Soul food.
It's been pretty lit. I just love seeing the type of different things people can make. But like, honestly, I have been pretty entertained.
It's awesome, bro.
But the thing, the entertaining part for me is like how pissed off I get at certain people's mentality of like, I'm here to find my perfect match, and they find somebody that's hotter. Like, oh, this might be my perfect match now, just because they're hotter. It makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And what you just said of you getting pissed, that is why I love reality TV, because it happens in every reality TV show. I think they're so addicting. And I enjoy them, and quite honestly, like, that's really all I consume.
Well, and then and you talk about Francesca a little bit, and it's like the mental gymnastics you have to do in your head to make it like spin it to where like I'm the victim, they're wrong, let's get them out of here. Like,
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But you are very beautiful, Francesca, if you ever listen to this.
And Francesca, if you ever want to date, dude, I mean,
if you don't want to date, if you want just like one really mediocre night, I'm here for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, when she was talking about how like when Damien kissed her neck and she got wet, like she wasn't the only one that got wet when she said that. That's how I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, great reality TV, man. Great reality TV. It's almost March. March Madness is here. Damn, will you even be able to watch?
It would be weird hours for me to watch it.
When do you get back? What day do you get back?
The 25th.
Okay, so you'll get back in round 2. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just hoping the Mounties make it round 1.
Yeah, I know. The Mounties have been talking about mental gymnastics, dude. They've been a roller coaster of a team.
Roller coaster. Oh my god.
Brittany, if you're listening,
oh god,
don't be a roller coaster.
Don't be a roller coaster.
Let's talk about that, dude, because I don't know. Okay, so I feel like that was 100% a marketing ploy.
Do you think so?
I do. I actually really do.
Because she was like, don't, like what she said, don't
call the cops if I delete my Instagram.
Yeah.
And then she deleted her Instagram.
Marketing for what?
Just to get her name back out there. I feel like
I don't think so.
In my opinion, I could be wrong. Remember, this is...
Well, let's give the people some context.
Yeah,
I don't think everybody saw this.
Go ahead. Because you showed me.
Yeah, so last night, while we were at trivia, I saw a tweet about Britney Spears going off the rails. Speaking of rails, sorry.
Jesus, dude. Too early.
I don't know if anybody saw. She posted a video on her Instagram where she's like... she's using an accent the entire time.
She's using like a country twang. Don't understand that.
I didn't thought it was a country twang.
What did you think it was?
I thought she was using she's trying to do like a European, like some type of British accent. Maybe I'm dumb. I listened to it again this morning, so I don't know.
Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe you're right. I can't remember. I only watched it once.
Yeah, I watched it this morning and then I brought it back up to you. But regardless, she was like doing some weird dance moves, saying these weird things, and she's like, don't call the cops if I take down my Instagram. And then like a few hours later, or literally maybe a few minutes after that, she takes down her Instagram and like nobody knows what's going on.
What did she keep saying about a roller coaster?
She said, "Don't be a roller coaster."
Yeah, she just kept saying, "Don't be a roller coaster," and then she was like, "Oh, I wanted to make a dress, but I didn't have to make it. Shout out this company." And then she just kept running back and forth with the dress this whole up saying, "Don't be a roller coaster. Don't be a roller coaster." I don't know, dude. I could be wrong. I know Britney's been through some tough shit, but I also know this to be true. Her name hasn't been out there very much. Nobody's been talking about her ever since she's been freed. People forgot she existed. And in my opinion that does not matter, by the way, this is just my personal opinion, I think this was just a way for her to get Britney Spears back in the news. And I hate to think that way, but ever since like my brain is stuck in that mode because the MGK Megan Fox thing, obviously we know that was to get their names back in the news as well, because they did not break up. And yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, I would hope that that's not something you do for attention. I don't think she wants to be in the limelight anymore. I don't know, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean,
she's not making music.
Yeah, but I'm sure she's probably. Yeah, how does she make her money? I wonder how she
still makes money like off people like downloading music and shit, I think.
Yeah.
And streams. I'm sure she has like fragrances and maybe like a clothing line or something, but I don't think she needs money. Unless her dad took all that fucking money.
I bet he did, bro.
I don't know how it works. I'm not a lawyer.
Or are you?
Well, I am an expert in bird law.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I that was a very weird video, and I hope she's okay. She looked like she hadn't showered in 3 days, was high off her fucking ass.
It
was bad.
It wasn't the greatest look. Brittany, if you're listening
and you want to date,
yeah, if you want to date and have a mediocre night, we're here. But hey, if anybody's struggling out there, don't forget to reach out to your close ones.
That's facts, though. That's very true. I know we're joking and we're busting sacks over here, but that is true, man. That's what friends are for. And I feel like that's sometimes things that are misunderstood. Like, we're not built to figure things out on our own. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we have family. That's why we have friends. That's why we have people around us. Don't be afraid to use them. And if you get to a point where you feel like you're annoying or bothering your friends and they're always like being weird, like, then they're not your friends. Like, find the people out there that care. Because anybody that cares about you is at least going to listen to what you have to say.
But I will say that a friend or family is not a substitute for like an actual therapist if you feel like you might need one.
Yeah, podcast is. So make sure to subscribe to the Juicebox YouTube. Subscribe. Do it. Ding, ding. We're going to be fucking shagging later.
Hey,
I had to say, dude, I got it written down.
Oh, we got that.
Yeah.
Shag.
So yeah, shagging. We're trying to bring that word back. I feel like that's a word. That's a word that, like, every time I say it, it makes me smile.
Yeah, like, hey, looking for a good shag?
Yeah, like that's a great word. What was it? Austin Powers. Yeah, he always
the spy who shagged me.
Yeah, dude, people need to start putting that word back into scripts.
I think we should. Yeah, that, and I think. Oh no, I don't. I bring it up now? What if someone steals our idea?
It's time stamped. We consume.
Okay.
Intellectual property.
What if we make like a shag like a shag clothing line, maybe a little shag juice. Oh, dude, I don't know.
A juicy shag?
A juicy shag.
Dude. Sounds like
maybe that's our spring like fashion line, shag.
Yeah, dude. Well, dude, if I make it to spring, I just started drinking tap water again, and who knows what'll happen.
Dude, what if you get superpowers?
That would be sick. That'd be sick.
What superpower could it possibly be?
So I would say for something like this, coming from water, I would assume the power would be to be able to like breathe underneath water or something like that.
I think it's going to be the power to speak to the lizard politician.
That would be sick. That would be... Dude, what's that from? It's from a movie where she's...
I'm trying to remember, but I can't.
Aussie! Oi! Dude, that's another one, bro. That's another one that needs to come back.
I love that.
Dude, shout out Perfect Match, bro. Perfect Match is really
You know what?
Done it for us.
You know what? Like Perfect Match has made me realize like I need to go find my wife in Australia.
Dude, yeah. Shout out Georgia. She's just such a cool ass person.
Imagine being a girl in Australia and they name you Georgia. That's kind of crazy. You really think about that.
It is kind of crazy. I mean, but again, is she from Russia? There's a Georgia in Russia, right?
That is true. There's also a Moscow in the U.S. So.
There is. Makes you think.
And yeah.
I saw something wild.
What'd you see?
The SEC, and not the Southeastern Football and Basketball Conference, like the
actual
SEC.
Yeah.
Charged the Mormon Church $32 billion for hiding assets within the church. That's crazy.
That they have that much money. Like, should I have been Mormon all my life?
Dude. I think knowing the Mormons have $32 billion should open up eyes to how much other churches.
When you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, people have their hands in the SEC's pocket. Lobbyists, politicians, the church.
Yeah.
Well, Joel Osteen makes he pockets.
Joel Osteen's a cunt.
That's another word we got to bring.
I mean, I'm just being real. He is.
He pockets over $350 million a year untaxed because religion can't get taxed.
Listen, money aside, anybody, especially a man of God, that does not open their doors during a hurricane crisis to let people sleep in there when he has a massive ass place, you're the devil. I think that's fucked. So, listen, money aside, fuck you, Joel Osteen.
Honestly, yeah, fuck you, Joel Osteen. Actually, fuck anybody that's really profiting off religion.
It is weird.
It's not weird.
No. It's weird that they're not taxed.
Yeah.
Like,
I think, but the weird thing is like the Church of Satan or whatever, they get taxed or some shit like that.
I thought they didn't get taxed, and I thought that was the big thing of why.
Oh, people were trying to make them get taxed.
Yeah, but they're a church.
Yeah,
it's the rule.
Do we start a church?
The church,
the Church of Shag,
the Church of Shaggy Juice Boxes. You bloody cunt.
You bloody fucking cunt.
You bloody fucking cunt. But yeah, I don't know. I found that very interesting.
Dude, that's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money, dude.
But yeah, like you said, it should open eyes, but it won't because. Yeah.
Dude, don't the Mormons just live in Utah too?
There's a lot of Mormons in Utah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's Mormons elsewhere, but that means Utah's raking it in.
Yeah, they do have a lot of moolah.
And it's beautiful out there. And Post Malone lives there.
The only thing that's weird is they have weird alcohol laws. Like you can't drink liquor and beer in the same bar.
What?
Yeah. It's something weird. They have really strict drinking laws.
Really? That's odd.
Dude, didn't they remember when I first went to North Carolina? Wasn't that the rule too? I couldn't buy a shot and a beer in the same round. I had to buy a shot, then come back and buy a beer.
Really?
Yeah. When we first went down to Ocracoke, I swear.
I believe you. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Where we were at? O'Bar, Smacknally's, Howard's.
I think we
name
were
dropping them all, dude.
I've
been there, dude. I've been there.
Dude, are you from Ocracoke?
Nah.
I think it was Howard's. It was Howard's.
Okay.
Before they kind of changed it up.
I mean, very well could have been. I know they are way different with liquor in North Carolina.
Oh no, now it's you're good to go. I think.
No, but I remember thinking it was the most foreign type situation that they have ABC stores strictly for liquor.
Yes.
And I remember when I first got down there, when I had a fake ID, we were really just buying beers from Kmart. Dude, that's a funny story. So we used to stay, and I'm trying to think. I think this house was in Nags Head or Kill Devil Hills, and we had a Kmart right behind us. And that's the store that we used to buy all of our alcohol. And it was when I had my fake ID after freshman year. I weighed like 370 pounds, and I would literally just walk in one door get all this beer, walk up to the front, buy it, walk out, and would like sprint across the parking lot to the house, because at that point you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get arrested if people see me with this, but they still sold it to me. Shout out them.
Shout out to Kmart. Are there still Kmarts around?
I believe Kmart's a dying breed these days. With everything else, it's so sad. Like Sears is gone.
Yeah.
Kmart's disappearing.
Toys R Us. Actually, I heard Toys R Us is making a comeback.
I heard Toys R Us was making a comeback too, and I'm all for it.
I am, but like, you know, thinking back to it, like, how can, like, I've explored Toys R Us before. I'm sure you have as well. There's so many fucking different types of toys out there, but I just never imagined them selling all those toys.
Yeah, I actually feel that. It's kind of like going to a movie or a t-shirt store, and you see all these clothes, and then there's always those certain ones or certain movies where you're like, I bet nobody buys any of these.
Yes, we kind of talked about that at the movie theater too. Like, if nobody goes in, like, do they still play it?
Yeah, and dude, I think I've always been a Tom Cruise hater on this, but I really think Top Gun saved the movie theaters. It was dying after COVID. Yeah. So shout out him.
Yeah, I think Spielberg said that to him. I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah, it's
it's true, dude. It was true. I saw it.
I was there.
I saw it.
I'm just saying, I've never seen me and Steven Spielberg in the same room. We might be the same people. I don't know.
Facts. Yeah, but no, we went up and saw Ant-Man. Got an awful rotten rating. Still leading in the box office. I'll say this: I enjoyed it a lot. I think the biggest misconception that I had going into the movie is that it was originally premised as like a Captain America Civil War Avengers type esque casted movie, and it wasn't like that. So I think that's what threw me off initially, and I think people will like it, people won't love it. It kind of just puts Ant-Man in like a Guardians type world because they're in the quantum realm. So I enjoyed it. I thought Jonathan Majors was unreal as Kang. The after credit scenes were unreal, and I think Marvel knows this and they admitted this. I think they got into a put out content, don't really wait and worry about the quality vibe, and I think Ant-Man was a part of that original bunch. But I think going forward, things will be more scattered out and projects will be more like back to how they used to be.
Yeah, they got to give time for things to breathe and people to really like absorb everything happening. I did enjoy the movie. There's some flaws, but you know, overall I did enjoy it.
Talk about them, because I want to hear. I've been like reading everybody. I'm just interested on why people.
I think the writing, like the dialogue, could have been like they tried to go into like two different directions, and like they try to go for like the family fun vibe, and then like other times it's just like far from it. There's just some disconnect for me with how it went. I think overall, like Jonathan Majors definitely stole the show. The biggest problem with this movie was the build up Feige gave to it. Like people were like saying like this is like the start of like the biggest thing ever, like
Agreed.
The next saga, which is going to be insane. And there was just so much build up, and the movie comes out and it's just like it kind of falls flat. But like I said, I still enjoyed it. I understand a lot of criticism from other people too.
Oh, for sure. Like I saw one of the biggest ones is they love the visuals, love the characters. The story was kind of a little off. Like there were times where it's like, all right, why do we even need this? Why aren't we exploring this? I do think that. I think what Kevin said was accurate in terms of this is the start of the next big monster thing in the MCU. His problem is the way he presented it made it seem like it was going to be some massive pivotal point. And if we're being honest, like, we've already seen Jonathan Majors in Loki, so like we knew he was coming. Really, the only quote unquote massive pivotal part would have been towards the very end, like probably the last 20 to 30 minutes and then the after credit scenes, because I feel like, yes, this movie was 2 hours, but I feel like there was a lot of stuff in the beginning that felt like a filler, even though it wasn't a filler, because ultimately you kind of understand what's coming already if you're familiar with the comic books. And I think if they would have made most of the movie an extended part of that last big scene mixed in with the after credit scenes versus like trying to put this massive beginning together just to get, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying. A lot of people thought that this movie shouldn't have been called Ant-Man. It should have been called Kang.
I mean, yeah.
Because honestly, like, Ant-Man was a side character in this entire movie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the only reason it was an Ant-Man and the Wasp movie is because
the Wasp was like barely.
Yeah, I know.
Barely like a character.
Yeah, and I think the only reason why it was an Ant-Man and the Wasp movie is because they were the first movies to really talk about the quantum realm. So
yes,
and it's kind of cool. And the quantum or Quantum Mania is Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So I thought that part was sick.
Yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, I enjoyed it for what it is. I'm also not like a harsh critic or anything. I enjoy Marvel stuff. I'm kind of biased. But
yeah, and that's kind of what I told JT. I don't know if JT saw it yet. I did tell him, I was like, I enjoyed it, but I know the people that go to movies to look for the problems will be able to find them easy, and that will be their thing. Like you and I went, just excited to go to a movie, excited to see it. We like Marvel stuff, so it's like it was a good flick overall. But the people that go to movies, like any kind of movie, not just Marvel, but the like pick out flaws and stuff, it would have just been very easy for them to do that because I felt like they were very in the front.
Yeah. I mean, there's always gonna be people like that for any movie. Like, like even when the Harry Potter came out, people were like, "Oh, dude, the books and like whatever." Like, "Oh, this never happened in an issue, whatever." This comic, like, it's
a movie.
It's a movie. Like, enjoy it. Like, it came to life. Would you rather not have this be a thing?
Exactly. And yeah, I'm excited. I saw they're basing Eternals 2 off the big Judgment Day comic book, so that'll be tight. Loki season 2. I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but Loki season 2, now that we kind of know what direction it's going in, is going to be fucking fire, dude.
Hell yeah. Just my only hint will be jet skis. Jet skis.
Jet skis. Jet skis?
Jet skis.
What happened with the jet skis?
Oh, man.
Am I blanking here?
Don't you remember in Loki? Owen Wilson? He's like,
oh, yeah.
Jet skis.
Yeah. No, I
already ruined it.
No, it's all right. I rewatched the last scene of Loki, like the very last scene where he comes back in and he runs up to Mobius and he's just like, he's coming, like multiple versions of him, and that scene was probably better at explaining what's happening than like the first hour and a half of Ant-Man, but oh well.
Oh, well. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like most people were like, I really just sit here 2 hours just to watch an end credit scene? Worth it.
Yeah, it was so worth it. It was so worth it. And I think with Kang Dynasty coming, with Secret Wars coming, with all the projects coming out, I think it's a good time to be a fan of multiversal type movies. Like DC's now jumping into it with James Gunn, and I'm looking forward to seeing what James Gunn brings to the table. Now, yes, I do think it's kind of fucked that he just kind of gave up on all the old characters and scrapped everything. I know it was in big disarray. I thought he'd be able to just try to figure that out. I think it's weird that he's literally just trying to recruit MCU actors to be the DC actors, but then again, it's like there are so many actors in the MCU. It's kind of hard to just be like, you can only do this. So I get that, but I'm looking forward to it.
I wonder how that works contract wise, because like you sign on to play, say for example, Jason Momoa, you sign on to play Aquaman for X amount of years, but then they're like, you know what, we're not doing this anymore. Like, does he still get paid on his contract?
If I had to guess, yeah.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah, no, for real. I know. But
except for the guy that plays the Flash. You're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't want to fucking go see it, even though it looks so good. But
I'm probably going to see it.
He's a fucking cult leader.
Yeah. He's got mental issues. He's got mental issues.
We all have mental issues.
We do, but he's kind of. I don't want to say it again. He's not all there. It seems like it's off the rails,
dude.
My bad.
Too early.
My bad. But no, I think The Flash looked interesting. I'm gonna watch it. You got to think this movie doesn't only profit him. He probably already got his deal, and it's not gonna get paid much more out of it. So I don't think you should feel guilty watching The Flash.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, I don't even know how I'm trying to kid. I'm definitely gonna see it. I love like superhero stuff. I'm just not not the biggest fan of Ezra. But whatever. It is what it is.
I didn't want to say his name.
Him. Not the biggest fan of him.
Oh.
But I speaking of multiversal stuff, I still never saw Everywhere Anything All at Once. I thought it was such a good movie.
I need to see that movie. I've been saying it for so long. I need to see it. I don't know what
I think it's on HBO Max.
Is it?
I believe it is.
That's on the list. Maybe I'll watch that when I go over to Amsterdam.
Yeah. Dude, and we gotta talk about we started The Godfather.
Oh shit.
So we watched I think 30 minutes, 27 minutes of it. We were both massive fans of the show, The Offer, that was on Paramount Plus with Miles Teller basically explaining how that movie got made and mafia involvements and everything. They they mastered the movie, so it looks it looks beautiful.
It does. It looks like it just came out in like maybe mid-2000s.
Marlon Brando, unbelievable.
I mean, and then like Pacino. Like, I mean, we've only seen a couple of scenes with him, but like, dude, like in this show, he's like, dude, Pacino's gonna steal the screen.
I know.
I'm like, dude, he's stealing the screen. He's stealing, like,
he's crushing it.
Dude, it was insane. Like that movie is supposed to be like a masterpiece. It's supposed to be one of a kind, of its generation. And I was telling you how it's interesting, like watching this. I was just thinking, like, wow, this is like Scorsese, but like Scorsese's not a thing yet. So Scorsese got a lot of his inspiration from this shit.
1000%.
And I'm just like, damn, that's nuts.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it was something that made me think, because like any movie that I remember seeing like that, you do go like, shit, that's a Scorsese movie. Yep. But this one you can't because it predates it. So yeah, that is pretty fucking sick. Shout out to Godfather. I also saw CJ Stroud has no social media.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
And the way that that fans heckled him was sending him Venmos. How genius is that? Because he probably made so much money just off dumbass fans.
Here's the thing, though. You can also send Venmo requests. So you don't have to just send them money.
That's true. I didn't think of that part.
But that would be like, okay, that'd be pretty interesting if that was like, oh, dude, fuck you. You suck. Here's $50.
Yeah. Dude, you fucking suck ass. Get yourself a 6-pack on the way back. Sends like $100 to him. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, I would suggest that for any player. Yeah. Delete your socials. Get some Venmos.
Hey, maybe we should do that. Czar, you think Czar's getting Venmos?
He's about to start. Oh, damn. But yeah, and then another thing, I know Lent's starting soon.
Not today. Was it today Ash Wednesday?
Today's Ash Wednesday. Yesterday was Fatty Tuesday. And definitely had some good food yesterday. I love quesadillas, but that's besides the point. You won't really be able to touch on this, but you may have had them back in your hometown. I miss the grade school fish Fridays. So like every Friday, because I went to a Catholic school, every Friday there would be fish fries, and parents would volunteer, work it, make fish sandwiches, everything like that. And that just used to be a thing where all the kids, we would all just go hang out at St. Mike's like Friday and, for a couple hours, and everybody would be bullshitting, seeing each other. And those memories were sick. I know Czar would have remembered those as well. And so shout out to all the kids that get to do that still, because those are actually like core memories of mine that I have stuck in my brain.
Yeah, this might be just because I'm Asian American. I don't think I've ever been to a fish fry.
Really, dude?
Yeah, like growing up, like, I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I don't know if my brother was either. My brother is kind of, he didn't get like religious until like high school. He started going to like youth group and church and stuff.
Well, dude, it hit home last night. I was watching The Perfect Match, and Abby and Francesca were talking, and they were talking about how
they grew up in Catholic schools.
Yeah, and they went to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, and it's like, I feel that. Like, that was my life. Like, literally going to church every Wednesday before school, every Sunday with the family. Then once you get in high school, you go every month for school, and then would be going on the weekends. It's like, I've gone to enough church in my life to where, like, I think my church credits are up. Like, I feel like if I don't go for the rest of my life, maybe at Christmas every now and again, like, I have enough credits to, like, get me through to the end. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously it seems like, you know, if you go to church, it's kind of keeping score. Like, I go to church, whatever. Like, my creds have to be up. So we up.
You up, dog. But
we up.
It's crazy that that's what your mind went to. My mind went to is like, wow, how many girls do I know went to Catholic school, were so forced into, like, you know, Catholicism and whatnot, and just ended up being like thoughties.
I think what a lot of, and valid.
A bit like not like a negative thought. I get it. Go experience yourself sexually. Do what you got to do. Freedom, because you were so, I guess, trapped.
I feel like what a lot of people don't realize, and they may realize, when you go to a Catholic school, yeah, you have those few bunches of people that, like, really stick to the script, black and white, follow this, follow that. Really, a lot of people that I knew in Catholic schools, all that truly did was make us, like,
more degenerates
than truly, like, not even kidding. Like, there's a lot of alcohol connected to Catholicism. There's a lot of, like, sexual shit when you're young. Like, when you're, it's kind of like the thing that they always say, when you're told not to do something, you want to do it more.
You're more likely to do it.
So, like, I think that was like always a wild thing about Catholic schools, because, like, obviously, you know, there's a couple freak leaks that come out of the public sector, if you know what I mean.
True,
but like, a lot of the Catholic schools around here, because there were really only 2 high schools, like, the chickies were freaky, like, you know what I mean? And, like, we were just boozing, and it was okay. We yeah, I don't know. I get that view, because I feel that, and, like, that's why it's so funny, because my view, even though I agree with everything you just said, it kind of does turn you into that kind of person, because you're always hearing, don't do this, don't do this, do this, do this, do this. And after a while, you realize, once you have an open mind about things, and you're not just, like, completely tunnel vision, you're like, well, you know, I can do this stuff. I'm going to be all right.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to suck a titty. I'm going to suck a titty.
Hey, suck that titty, boy.
You know what I mean?
Suck that titty, boy.
It is what it is, man.
You get your shag on. That's what I got to say.
Hey, you bloody cunt. Well, shit, man. It's really, we're running on a short week here. We're recording on a Wednesday, because we're getting ready to
we're ready to get shagged up.
Getting shagged up down in the Queen City. Shout out the Morning Mile. The Morning Mile's back, dude.
It's back.
JT's back in the content realm. Great video. Maybe there'll be some special appearances on this week's, because he's gonna have to do it in front of us.
Hell yeah.
So tune into that regardless. Yeah, man. I'm kind of winding down, and in terms of, like, I can't believe that, like, when you came down here, we kind of knew that this week would be the separation point, and I can't believe it's actually here. Like, truly, I feel like time has flown.
Dude, it has been in a blink of an eye, and we're literally almost at March.
I know. It's wild to me. I don't know. I think what's cool about us now is we'll be, and, you know, we're pretty much in contact every day anyways, but now that we work together and stuff, like, we'll still be seeing each other all the time. It just, like, in person wise will be different, but who knows? Maybe we'll run it back in the summer, do a little finale tour, you know, something like that. You never know.
We could,
you know, yeah, that's really it, dude. Oh, Daytona 500.
Oh,
how'd I forget that? Incredible race. Way too many commercials. And you could tell that NASCAR's up and needed those commercial slots, because there were way too many. Shout out to boy Christopher Bell, finished in 3rd. They would have had that other OT. He had the dub. The dude that won ran out of gas, and I believe the other guy in front of him was getting ready to run out of gas. So all it would have taken is those 2 laps, and the Boise Bell would have got it. I know I'll probably talk about this more, but I'm getting pumped. It's less than like 3 or 4 weeks, heading down to Atlanta. Going to go to the ATL Motor Speedway, where the cars even run faster than on Daytona. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of life is different in a sense now, and I know you've been doing this for a while, but it's a little different for me. A lot of I'm used to booked and crowded weekends, but a lot more travel than I'm really used to. Going to a lot of different places. Heading to Austin in April to go to, I believe it's called the Two Step Inn Country Music Festival with Zach Brown and Tyler Childers. And I'm still hoping we get that Ocracoke weekend.
Yeah, I would really love that Ocracoke weekend. Maybe Ocracoke summer or Ocracoke fall.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You also forgot to bring up, like, I was shocked. I was looking at Twitter this morning. I saw Frankie Muniz was racing in the Daytona 500. You know, we're talking Malcolm in the middle here, and apparently he didn't do that bad.
He's decent, man. He's been. I know he's been racing in circuits for a couple of years now, but he's finally like to the NASCAR part stage. So, dude, shout out him, man.
Shout out him.
It'll be cool. It was cool to see Travis Pastrana race in the 500. It was, you know, it's always cool when a GOAT comes out of retirement, Jimmy Johnson to race in it. Big event, dude. Definitely something that I want to go to before I die, because it just seems NASCAR is becoming more prominent. The younger drivers, the younger crowd are more into it. And I'm looking forward to seeing where the future of NASCAR goes.
Put it on the books. Next year, we're going to the Waste Management Open, and we're going to the Daytona 500.
Dude, I already texted Brady, and I was like, we going to the Waste Management?
Dude, after I watched that clip, I was just like, dude, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know there's a place I could just party and golf.
I just didn't realize that was golf culture, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't.
I thought I was one of a kind.
Yeah, dude. I thought getting wasted on the course was a me thing, bro.
That shit is so funny. What's that show called?
Full Swing.
Full Swing. But I'm half chub. But no, I'm bricked up.
Bricked up?
But no, yeah, the show's been good. I guess it's kind of late to kind of bring that up, though. I mean, I've been enjoying it, but that clip I saw from the show, the guy, the crowd was chanting, take it off. And he's like, well, like, I kind of have to do it if I hit this putt. And the dude hits the putt and just takes off his shirt, and the crowd goes crazy. They're throwing beers everywhere. It's just like, damn, I wish I was there.
We'll go. We'll
do it.
Another thing I just thought of, I believe it's an anniversary for the Miracle on Ice, which is a massive sports moment within this country. So shout out the Miracle on Ice team. And if it's not the anniversary, then they just got a free shout out for no reason.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully, no, regardless of it being anniversary or not, shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. It's been off the rails.
It's
whoa, science,
science,
science. Yeah, yeah. That one caught me off guard. I didn't know that was a thing. Science. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Juice Fisherman. Make sure to subscribe to the Juice Box on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We appreciate each and every one of you. But it doesn't fucking matter, because even if you weren't listening, we're still gonna do it. Yeah. And other than that, Sith, great episode. Close it out however you think is right.
All right. Well, we're back on the rails, and this is your boy. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, SithXPanda, or my personal Instagram, Cicere. You figure out how to spell that yourself. Good luck. Stay bricked up. We love you all and love each other. Bye-bye.